Since the first Star Wars film released in 1977, the stories told within the universe are constantly involving power struggles. They are filled throughout the timeline and lore, going from the broadest of conflicts to some that are not so obvious. Today I want to emphasize and examine some of the conflicts in Star Wars to show that not all of them are the good rising up and triumphing against the evil. Some are quite the opposite, and others are a bit ambiguous. To start, first and foremost, is the rebellion against the Empire. The original trilogy arguably showed audiences the most well-known conflict in Star Wars. The rebels are the underdogs, standing up against the tyrannical empire led by Emperor Palpatine, who is also the Dark Lord of the Sith. The audience believes in the cause of the rebels and, hopefully, sides with them. However, in the prequel trilogy, we see the inverse of this type of conflict. In episodes 1, 2, and 3, we see the Galactic Republic against the Separatist Alliance. The Republic is labeled as the good guys, while the Separatists are seen as the antagonists. The Separatists are not as grand as the Republic, yet they are trying to seize control over the galaxy by splitting it up. The prequel films are a lot more obvious in their politics than the original trilogy, yet both have power struggles within their core narratives. Beyond the overarching fate of who controls the galaxy, there are smaller struggles. In the prequels, we can see Jedi as independent guardians and peacekeepers of the galaxy. They were uninvolved with war and dealt with smaller matters, almost like a galaxy-wide police force. This is what the Jedi are meant to be. However, as the galaxy becomes caught in the Clone Wars, we see the Senate gain control of the Jedi, turning them into generals and leaders of the clone army. While some Jedi may see this as part of their Jedi duties, it's the contrary. They have lost power over their own order by becoming warriors of the Republic, ordered by the Senate. This is a change in power that many often overlook and is a large reason why the Jedi fall later on. Lastly, the conflict contained within the Clone Wars animated series has several shifts in power. At one point in the show, we see Maul, previously Darth, gaining control over the crime syndicates throughout the galaxy. Using his dark side abilities in the Force and his intimidation tactics, he unites the crime syndicates into the Shadow Collective, in which he attempts to again gain control over the government on the planet Mandalore. He seeks to achieve power over an army so that he can gain revenge on his old master, Darth Sidious, aka Palpatine. So as you can see, Star Wars has various examples of conflicts in power. At almost every turn, someone or something is trying to overthrow a point of power, whether for good, for evil, or maybe a little bit of both. This is Grayson, and as always,
the Force will be with you, always.